So what's up guys, today we are reviewing my buddy's 2009 Audi A4 and a buddy that I met from school, and actually it's a funny story how we met. We actually met on the highway and raced. So me and Ryan were driving down the highway one day, and out of nowhere, all of a sudden I just hear this turbo flutter right next to me. I look over, it's him, and later on that day I was actually at my college, and he had parked next to me, and I went outside, and so I put a note on his car saying, "Hey, what's up? It's a pretty dope car." Left my phone number, and ever since then we've been friends from school. You know, always hanging out, doing car stuff. So what's done to this cosmetically? It actually has the RS4 grille up front, which is why it looks so big and freaking clean. The inside is from an S4, and also the wheels are off the S4. They are 19-inch, right? Yeah, they're 19-inch wheels. Still stock wheels, but they look beautiful. So going on to the motor mods, we'll start with...
Alright, so why you guys are hearing such great noises coming from this car, that's due to the Go Fast Bits diverter valve. So you hear all this flutter and blow off, that's due to that stuff, making this car just sound absolutely amazing. So combining with that diverter valve, we have a Canon Typhoon air intake on this car, and that and the diverter valve are helping make that noise that you guys are hearing. This diverter valve and the air intake have made this car a lot more responsive. You can really feel it right as you get on the gas, like right here. It's really just pulling you back in your seat, and I just love it. How could you describe that feeling just in one word?
So like how my WX is.
KA alert.
I got him.
Oh yeah, there he is. Hello. Hello.
So compared to my WX, the biggest thing that I can feel when I push the throttle down is basically there's like little to no like turbo lag at all. It just pulls right away. With mine, you have to floor it. I'll basically get on it all the way and then wait for boost to build, and then right around 3 grand it actually picks up. But this one is just so much different. It just like the power and the torque is there right when you're like halfway down on the pedal. So,
yeah, like instant power. You can really feel like just like as soon as he's pressing down, you're really feeling it pick up and start pulling. That's just pretty amazing compared to like how the different like setups of the WX compared to this Audi.
Also going along with the other mods, he has R8 ignition coils, and also the 3-inch downpipe, which is a APR brand, and that really just, you know, opens up the basically the breathing of the car. So you have the intake, which is taking in a lot more air than the stock one is, and then pushing it out through the downpipe, and since it's a 3-inch, it actually has a lot more space to travel out. And according to him, the plans for the future are soon doing full exhaust on that, which that'll even help more just opening up the whole breathing system of the car, which it doesn't give it too much power, but if you have the right tune, the right exhaust, the right supporting mods, it's definitely you're gonna feel the difference. So think of it like this: if you're like basically running your race. Holy crap, the steering's different. Hold on one second. So think of it like you're running a track race. You can be breathing in a lot, which helps, but if you can't have that basically the open exhaust to be breathing out, you're kind of like intaking basically air, but not being able to push it out to get basically the next breath. So that's basically what the intake and exhaust build off of each other. So even we're cruising on the highway right now, doing almost 60, and you could not feel any bumps in the road. This suspension is so smooth, but once you get into cornering, it holds up very well. When we're cruising with him, my car is super stiff, but the down part about that is that being lowered, you feel every single bump in the road. It kind of gets annoying. But with this, if you just want to cruise, you got a smooth ride. But if you want to get on it and take corners, it'll still do that and keep up. So it's basically best of both worlds. You get the smooth riding if you want to, and then also the sports suspension, and holds up pretty well.
It's
Here we go with the Ricer.
Oh, we got some Ricer coming out here. Watch out. No chance, buddy. Goodbye. See you later. Yeah, it's literally so smooth. Like, he's getting on it, like leaving this Ricer in the dust, and I still feel like I could be asleep right now. Like, it's great. Just
that's funny.
Overall, what he's got done to this whole package really all just like feeds off each other, and it's really put this car in a great position right now, just to even build more power. Would you say that's accurate?
Building off the power subject, it's actually on a stage 2 tune by APR, which basically just really opens up the overall power and also helps support all the intake, the downpipe, stuff like that, keeping it right around the basically the perfect tune that you actually need to run this so it runs smoothly and makes the most power of what you got. Going along with that tune, the car's never been dynoed, but what we're estimating around, due to the tuner's opinion and stuff like that, we're estimating around 330, 340-ish around to the crank. So, like you said, we pretty much this beats the stock S4s and stuff like that. Even being like an A4, still whoops them.
So if you've been watching as Jordan's been getting on this, you'll see me like get thrown back into my seat, and you can just tell that the torque in this car is just unreal. It's absolutely amazing, because obviously Audi all-wheel drive, and this is just all four just grabbing and going. It's just what a beaut.
So going back to a lot of the cosmetic things like we were talking about in the beginning, overall Audi as a brand just looks so much more, different than every other brand. I was actually watching a BMW commercial type thing one time, and they're basically their designers. What they do is try to make the BMWs look like what he said was look like they're moving while even being parked. So basically looking like they're in motion while sitting still. But in my opinion, I actually like the Audi look a lot better. Just how the sleek lines are, and overall just the rounded edges, the lights. The lights are like the company, like Audi as a company makes so much better headlights, taillights, any other lights than any other company. They just look so nice. Almost so nice that you don't even have to change them to aftermarket ones. They already look beautiful. So going back to the interior, the seats are actually out of an S4, so they're for being stock seats, these are really grippy. Holds you in pretty well. Pretty much the only thing you need after this is the racing harnesses, and they're really comfy too. They're not too hard. They're nice and cushioned, so on a long road trip this would be perfect. So we're about to hit some corners. Test out the suspension. We'll see how it goes. The overall just steering of it, putting it in the sport mode, the steering is just super direct. I was talking to him before, and so there's two drives. There's a D, so it's just normal drive, and then S is for sport, and it also sharpens up the turning capability. It just feels a lot more sharp than being in the normal mode. And also when you're putting it into the sport mode, it actually opens up the engine a lot more, allows it to rev out a lot higher, so the RPMs just get up until red line, so it just doesn't stop pulling until it's up at that red line point.
So going along with the sport modes, yeah, you got the steering, the higher RPM, but it also is able to get a stiffer suspension. So obviously when you're taking corners harder and stuff, the suspension is able to stiffen up or loosen up as much as it needs to help you go around that corner at like maximum performance, which is a great feature.
So we just filled up on some nice 93.
I've only driven his car before. That's my first time hitting boost. Greatest feeling ever. And so this is my second car hitting boost. Gotta say I love it. I'm addicted.
Yeah, like I said earlier, like the biggest difference between the turbo on my car and the turbo on his car, and that might be due to the tune, is just how there is no lag. There's like, just you get on it, and I'd say what, like 25% throttle, you're already like,
oh yeah,
you're already full into boost and just keeps going from there. That's honestly like the biggest difference, which totally explains why he whooped me on the highway when we were first raced.
And because I'm slow.
Yeah, because, you know, slow Baru. So
well, it's like your WRX compared to this car, you've got way more, like all your mods are like suspension mods.
Yeah.
But where he's got like downpipe, intake, the diverter valves, the coils, all that stuff, where you just have stock WRX motor. So that's a factor to think about.
Yep. Oh, here we go.
Ready?
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. You can totally just hear the intake the whole time. Yeah. The intake is like, with the windows up, you just hear it so much more, and it's just so, I don't know, like the car sneezes. The car sneezes.
It's the best experience of my life right now. Can I review this car like every day? Jeez. I think that wraps it up for today's review of this 2009 Audi A4.
We want to thank.
Went over all the mods. We'd love to thank Mikhail.
So, thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more reviews, more vlogs. You know how it is.
If you have a sweet car and you're in the Rochester area that you'd like us to review, please leave it in the comments below. We'd love to review your car.
Hit that thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching.
Peace out.
Peace out.